What is going on? My name is Soup, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. Spawning in the northern side of the map, we've got Kimo playing as Ra. And spawning in the bottom of the map, we have Oranos playing TIGERBOSS. I can't do the.
Oh,
I forgot it.
you did great. That's exactly what I do.
Forgot the last part of the thing. Went pretty well. Yeah.
Soup is the best. Soup, my brother from another mother. Ah, what a time to be alive. That's all I have to say.
But it is Ra versus Uranus in this map, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out. Because I haven't seen this matchup before.
No, I mean, the map's Borderlands, so you don't get to see this ever. It's one of those unique maps, so everyone's going to have their own idea of what is good, what is bad. But yeah, we're doing the meta plays semi-final, is it?
Yeah, for sure. Winners semifinals. So the winner of this goes into the winners finals, and then after that, the winners finals plays the losers final for the final.
The finals with the finals, and then if you get a final, then I'm in the finals, and then we're all final, right?
You need to win like 7 finals before you're actually won the whole thing.
Oh, it's such a good time. So Kimo, we obviously know he's been winning tournaments since the day he was born. But TIGERBOSS, on the other hand, I think this is possibly the furthest he's ever gotten in a tournament.
This is a miracle run by TIGERBOSS, who he beat me, and I never heard of this guy before. I never played him. I didn't even know what gods he played. And he beats me, and then he beats Ulysses afterwards, 2-0. And now he's here in the semifinals versus Kimo. You ever casted this guy before?
All I know is that I've seen him in the top 20. I've seen him get into the top 20. So I know that he's a strong player. So
Is he an extended edition player?
maybe. But I think with a tournament like this, where repeat gods, well, you can't repeat a god if you've won with it. They favor certain playstyles and certain people quite a lot. So players who are Uranus mains tend to struggle in this, or Odin mains, or Ra mains, or Poseidon mains tend to struggle in these tournaments because they've got so much experience on one god. Whereas players who have played a lot of the different gods, like Kimo, tend to do really well in these tournaments. So I imagine that TIGERBOSS has got a pretty deep god pool to pick from.
I think he's only played Atlantean so far, honestly.
Oh, well, I mean, that's deep if you can play all the Atlantean gods.
Yeah, and you get to pick a map yourself. So whenever you get your choice of map, just make sure to pick somewhere where Kronos shines, like go Mediterranean or I don't even know, Anatolia. Is that good for Kronos? I'm not sure.
Nah, I'd probably go with like a Gaia if I had to play Anatolia with Atlantean.
Really? Gaia?
Yeah, she's strong there.
Perhaps. Nevertheless, you can choose your own map. So there is a way, even if you only play one god, like if you only play Odin, you can just practice Loki on Midgard, for example. And it's almost the same as playing Odin.
Yeah, so true. But I'm actually interested to know if anybody has been practicing this map, because it's shown from the very beginning of the tournament that if you get to the semi-finals, the winners semis, or this round, however it works, you are playing on Borderlands to start. You don't get a choice. You're just playing on this map. So
Last round, I played Dover on this map, and I practiced like half an hour just before we started on stream. And I was asking people's opinions. What should I do versus Ra here?
Well,
And I came up with the conclusion that I should build forward on one of the sides. I went Heimdall, and I was just pressuring his gold mine. And yeah, I mean, I had a strategy in mind, and I did win against him eventually.
well, I mean, it's kind of a high hunt map, right? But all the hunt is super exposed around the back of your base. So it's far away from your opponent, but it's very, very easy to raid. And we are actually seeing TIGERBOSS dropping down double counter barracks here, which is the classic anti-Ra Uranus strategy done since like
Yeah, Terminus is good too, because
2003.
Terminus can run around the entire map as
Mm.
well. You cannot really wall one side off, and when Terminus are so quick, they can easily get from one side to the other.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
town center is pretty good for Kimo though, because he kind of disrupts that plan here.
yeah, it's gonna give him a bit of a cut down the middle. So, but I mean, you can fairly comfortably just run straight through a town center with Uranus with the Terma because they have 30% pierce
Yeah, for
armor,
sure.
so they're happy to do that.
Looks like TIGERBOSS is trying to disrupt it here, but there is a too long walk with this forest here that is very fortunate for Kimo, kind of blocking off the path here.
Stealing some cows. Yeah.
And TIGERBOSS, did he already stop Terma production? I think so.
Yeah, so there's a couple of ways that Uranus players play this out. So they've got either like go full population into 3 town centers, or they build about 6 units and then go 3 town centers. And both are kind of valid. It just depends on if there are portions of the map that you can pressure. And right now, TIGERBOSS is probably noticing that there is nowhere for him to really attack except for the town center. So he's going to opt to just go for town centers here himself, I would assume.
Send his Prometheans over to disrupt the gold mine and the houses, the towers here. Because all that Kimo's got is a priest here. And even just making this priest idle is a bit of a win because he's empowering the gold mine right now.
Well, I definitely think there's an option here to just like, if he did go for the mass thermostrat, he could probably just walk in and just push Kimo off this gold mine. Like just sit in here, even with the tower. Like he can just, it's like not a problem. He just sits underneath the gold mine and be like, try and get to the next stage.
Seeing 3 town centers now, so it's a polar opposite play style.
Yeah. So this one generally ends up with the Uranus player trying to hit a Tartarian Gate timing attack. So it's all up to Kimo to deal with that in whichever way he's going to try and deal with that.
I'm seeing a good attack on the temple and the gold mine over here now. And I think he should have done this earlier, because this is really disrupting Kimo actually. Losing a lot of gold having to defend this attack here.
Yeah.
And even though it might look like TIGERBOSS isn't really accomplishing anything here. The priest and the pharaoh are idle, and 5 villagers are idle. This is good enough, really.
Yeah, and it's like Kimo's got 900 food and 400 gold, not enough to advance, and he would have been able to advance otherwise.
Too, don't forget, so neither the priest or the pharaoh empowered the town centers during rain here. This is massive. There's like 200 or 300 food lost from that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now Kimo's trying to villagify it back here, and he might even be going in with... He is actually going in with barracks now, so he's trying to make spearmen to stay alive here.
Yeah. Slingers too, probably, don't you think?
Slingers, yeah, slingers work fine, but if he was building... He's building 3 barracks.
Getting skin of the rhino very soon.
There is a strategy, but I mean, it's not going to work now because it's not what Kimo's trying to do. But there is a strategy where you can spam out the classical units and then go for a Shifting Sands villager rush with like full population.
Interesting. That's really interesting.
Spearmen and slingers and
yeah, I think especially on this map, that's a really interesting strategy actually.
And it ends the Uranus career, but
with Ra in particular, because you got skin of the rhino.
Yeah.
I say that was a really good attack by TIGERBOSS here. I think he accomplished a lot, and he knows that now he just sits back and he enjoys that small bit of advantage that he gained there.
And Kimo's completely overreacting at this point as well. So he's got...
Yeah.
He's going to be able to advance, but he's just going to lose all of these spearmen for free because these Terma, they move fast. They're fast boys.
Yeah, this is where Terma shine. When they can pick off small units like this.
Kimo might just chalk this one up to an L because he's not going to be able to get gold here.
You think so? already. He's still got 350 gold left in his base.
Yeah, so he could do
He's
the
about to
trading.
advance. Now he's advancing to heroic.
Oh, he's got a segment. He does still have shifting sands.
Yeah, that's true. TIGERBOSS is just his terminals are so good here, so high value. So he just keeps spamming them.
But
A bit of like you said, it's a bit of an overreaction. All these spearmen here, they're so expensive compared to cavalry, for example.
yeah, we're seeing a bit of lag. I think it's coming from TIGERBOSS. Oh. I do like segment in this matchup here from Kimo, because the reason big raid from the Terma as well, but the reason isn't like for what you'd think. I think that the scarab, you just leave it in your temple until Tartarian Gate gets thrown down, and then you can take it out with the scarab.
That's kind of cute, actually. Because the Tartarian Gate will oftentimes be used on the temple, so it's going to spawn right on top of it.
Yeah, or somewhere close, and even if it's not, you can just walk it over. It's completely fine.
Yeah, and with shifting sands, you can make some funky plays too. If you just get 2 or 3 scarabs. But these termas are just wreaking havoc here, aren't they?
Yeah, but I actually think that Kimo can hold now. I don't think that there's any
Yeah, he can
problem
hold,
here.
but this is good for Uranus because he should be able to hit that Hikari like you talked about pretty well here.
Smack.
He's not focusing down the Pharaoh, a bit of an issue here.
Yeah, he's just letting that Pharaoh just like sling stones. He does so much damage to the Terma.
Pharaoh, I just focus him down. He's so strong when he just gets to do his thing.
Kind of
these laborers have skin of the rhino, so better to just focus the Pharaoh.
Yeah. Kimo's spamming out here, trying to hold on.
He's not really getting anything from heroic age right now, is he? It's just spearmen and slingers. He's really low on resources, as you can see. He's not researching anything.
Yeah, it's super on Kimo, and he's still throwing down more and more barracks, which I'm not sure if I understand, because it's just wasting gold.
Yeah. I think cavalry would be so strong here if he had the option to buy them.
Yeah, but now TIGERBOSS 1,000 food in the bank, just needs to get his gold situation in order, and then he can
Sell wood if he likes.
Wait, is he heroic age? No.
Oh, he's probably not.
No,
He's just classical.
So he can go Hyperion here, and then just go into Sata and then big push, do whatever he wants really.
You think so? That's what he's gonna do? I think he's just gonna go for Mythic Age.
Yeah, Mythic Age is the safe play, but you've got a pretty open town center. You can move forward and put some stuff on, like put a palace down on that as well. While you're pushing on the left side of the map, so you can do the Tartarian Gate over there on the left side of the map and take the right side of the map.
I think he's a bit late with the hero. What is that? Shifting sand?
Shifting sands. He's got villages. 4 villager kills.
4 citizens there.
I mean,
TIGERBOSS, he's got 4 other citizens. 5. He's got 5 other citizens on gold. Soon to be 6. So it's not that detrimental, but it's some good kills for sure.
yeah, he gets 3 citizen kills. At this point, it probably doesn't matter that much because there's 3 town centers. He was max villages anyways, so you can just rebuild them in 35 seconds, and it's fine.
It's true. And I think Shifting Sands is so good on this map. You can make some really good plays with it, like better than this for sure.
I think Kimo just feels like he needs to get some damage done because he feels so far behind. But, I mean, you're always behind against Uranus until you win, right? So, just sit there and defend.
TIGERBOSS is, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but it looks like he's trying to chop over to the other side.
Oh, yeah. He's almost there as well. But he's going for that 4th town center, which doesn't play into Uranus' strategy, and it's going to give Kimo a real opportunity here to bring this game back. Because it means he's going to be relatively stuck in the heroic age, which means no Tartarian gate and no way to really push either, because he doesn't have enough resources to get the palace out or the destroyer Arcus comp that you want. And Kimo's making this actually kind of work here.
It's like scrap units, spearmen, slingers, wedges, and that free scarab here, but it's working for him.
He's got 4 HP left in the scarab. Heal it up. Heal the scarab up.
Yeah,
He's pulling back.
sure, heal.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
It'll be back in like 5 minutes with full HP.
Takes a long time. How much does the priest heal in a second?
I don't know,
7.5
it's gonna take
HP a second. 7.5. You do the
2
math.
minutes.
I can't do that math.
But TIGERBOSS is struggling in population right now. He doesn't even have military units, and as soon as they come out, they just die.
Oh, Kimo's so smart. He's bringing the villagers in.
Here as well.
This is huge.
Yeah. Wow. This is kind of what you were talking about.
Yeah. Imagine this being shifting sands though.
Yeah, sure.
The villagers just tear this down so quickly.
Scarab has 4 HP. He hasn't really been healed at all.
He doesn't need to. He's just going to walk in. He's got infinite HP. He
Yeah,
doesn't
and
get
it's like
attacked.
focus down.
And that town center was denied as well. TIGERBOSS isn't even going to get that. And he taps out.
Interesting game.
GG. This went a completely different direction than I thought it was going to go incredibly quickly. I was like, this game's over. Kimo's lost. He's choking. He's built 3 bags going spearman, and then it worked. GG.
It's so strange because, like, you ask yourself, what did Kimo get from heroic age? He just got the 1 scarab, and that's it. Nothing else.
But even then, like, even after the shifting sands, I was still like, TIGERBOSS is in front here. And then he just opted to get a town center instead of spamming units. He just got out-spammed.
Unfortunate for TIGERBOSS. Yeah, he just got outspammed. His economy was great, but he didn't have the military production.
Yeah, he's like in front in the economy by nearly 6,000 resources at this point.
Oh my god.
GG. Well played. Hey, if you guys enjoyed listening to this man's voice, his name is Suppe. He has a Twitch channel. Is it Husk Soup? I believe it is HUSK SUPPE double PE.
Exactly.
Yes. And he is a phenomenal Age of Mythology player. Go check him out. I'm going to see you guys another day. Pop off and let maybe Soup, do you want to finish this series off? And I'll see you guys next time.